definitely not what I want to do. Alright, Varric.
One more for me!
There's one up there. It's running away. It's gonna miss. Oh my god. Seriously? Want the yakety sax music to be going off. Where am I? Oh, I'm up here. Here I am. Question is, can I get up there? I'll get the Cassie. There we go. Alright, go back to you. No, I saw another one over here. Oh, they must have killed it. Alright, well I just noticed that everybody's got, yep, points to spend. I'm gonna auto. It's probably better if I just auto everybody up except for me. Need to go back that way. There's a goat. To full screen this. Windowed, that's what I want. Windowed full screen, yep. Much better. Alright, now I have to Nope, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. So that I can at least watch the chat. Alright, that should be good. Okay, Barrack, get back out there and start killing more rams. There's another one, I see it. No, not the Fennec.
Bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
No, no, no. Don't do that. Really? Really?
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
Wait, I know there's a cache here somewhere. There it is.
These must be the supply caches Whittle asked us to find.
Blame Libby. She's the one that said it. She's not watching right now, you better tell her that.
Kill that warrior!
That one. I can smash this one down. Oh, I can. Nice.
The apostates locked themselves in for safety. And then the Templars set the house on fire.
This house will burn forever. There's the ram hunt. No more ram needed. Oops, can't do that. There it is.
I assume you've heard about Prince Sebastian, Varric.
I know he invaded Kirkwall. Are you going to blame me for that, too?
I wasn't trying to...
You weren't trying to remind me how bad it is in Kirkwall, so you decided to talk about it?
I thought you might be concerned. It is your home.
Of course I'm concerned. I don't need you prodding me with a stick to prove it.
I need to get down here.
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
Nope. But I
You
will.
said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
Vacation there.
We could make camp here.
You don't say.
Nothing to report, sir.
There it is.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
A Templar, I believe.
Templar deserters?
How'd you like that? Thank you. If not for you, I'd be dead. Do you need anything? I should probably report back.
It looks like someone was having a picnic.
Yes. The mage must have been hunting for blood magic.
This is a mage.
Eldreda, yes. I think that was her name. At least I'd heard other apostates call her that. The Templars attacked the apostates. I suppose I just got caught in the middle. So, the truth. I may have been, passing time with Eldreda.
I take it the Templars interrupted your very friendly picnic.
We Yes. At first, she was just a mage who saw me and didn't attack, but later we... So, are you going to report?
I'm not going to report you, provided you start using this talent of yours for the Inquisition. If you can seduce an apostate in the middle of war, you can make contacts and get information.
All right. I can do that. And Thanks for going easy on me.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
Level 6. Let's try to kill this thing. Oh, it missed. That's fine. You looking at someone's computer? Huh. That was weird. They just disappeared.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
Dead dwarf.
Red lyrium. Whoever this dwarf was, he was in over his head.
Your abilities are remarkable, Seeker. It is fascinating to see how you and the Templars negate magic.
Have you never encountered Templars before?
Only at a distance. I am an apostate after all.
And they never caught up with you even once?
I am a very careful apostate.
Oh, I know what that is. Okay.
Someone help! Make it take you!
Oh, yeah. What the heck am I supposed to do with this? Usually going the other way with these.
know, not every dwarf likes caves.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
Oh yeah, let's go tell.
Damn it, Ritz, where are you?
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
Oh, I guess that one's still better. Because of the irony. Is that XCOM? Is that XCOM?
Nothing to report, sir.
What? Apparently. It farts in my general direction. Right, well, we're gonna go up this way. And then suddenly the bad guys will disappear. Oh wait, no, they went. I think this will be the last rift over in this spot. I think.
I know you. They call you the Herald of Andraste. For what you did at Haven. But are you? The Maker has not told me.
I am not the Herald of Andraste.
As I suspected. Stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind heresy.
No, I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
This cult. What are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will, and so we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky. Soon he will call his chosen back to the Golden City.
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worshipping the breach, if only in hopes of appeasing it.
You are truly the Herald of Andraste.
Is she?
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Have your believers searched for secrets that may help our cause?
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here, the rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
How did the Maker bring you to these hills?
How did the Maker bring you here?
I'm from Redcliffe Village. When the rebel mages took over Age Inquisition.
There's too many refugees out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
Look, there are Inquisition soldiers even here. I told you we would be safe.
I'm not certain, my lady. We could still return to your family's estate.
No. There is nothing for me back there.
What if this isn't the Maker? What if this is just war and magic? And we left our lives
Excuse
for
me.
nothing?
While you were coming up, did you meet a young
must
noblewoman
remain
with
strong.
blonde hair and pale
No.
green eyes?
We must do
Maybe
more to
Dihna
help
should be
people.
here.
That's
We
what the
need to
Maker
be
would
together
want.
when the Maker comes.
Well, I can't even hear him. Awesome.
I found a woman's body down the hill with a letter on it.
This letter, Velena is dead. But we were meant to be together. The Maker would not keep us apart. What am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, fine.
The Inquisition needs men who believe as strongly as you do. Come and help us restore order.
Yes. If waiting here in the hills leaves innocents to die, then I will bring the Maker's word by the sword. My men and I will lend our strength to the Inquisition. Thank you.
My lady, your mother and sister must...
Hey, what's this now? Oh, that's right, I can't interact with it yet because I don't have the quest yet. Ah.
You bear the mark of the sky.
Can't talk to him yet. Okay.
caused the explosion. We know that the Maker, holding the Divine and those with her up to his side. Herald of Andraste.
The faithful move to follow your divine will. It shall be as you say.
Okay, so... Oh, right. Let's give her her thing back.
Nothing to report.
Thank you again for rescuing Ritz.
Not a problem.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now, as will mine.
Actually, just go right there. here. I need these for bombs.
They will make this a fight, not us. Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come! The wall, man! Stop!
Too late for that! You know how this ends!
Wait, really? Where'd this guy go?
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I've been called a lot of things lately by a lot of people.
Well, I'm talking to you. Stop dancing.
We're Inquisition, trying to find out why the Wardens disappeared and if it had anything to do with the Divine's murder.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
So where are the rest of you?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time, they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
You're no help. I'm no further ahead than I was.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Oh, why not?
I will remember this, when it is over.
This war? The Inquisition?
The people. How you fought against the tide. It is courageous. Yes, sir. Good day. Good to see you.
Could be better.
Mages, Templars, bandits, demons. Making it hard for a man to hunt for his supper.
Here, maybe this will...
It more than helps. With this, I didn't think much of the Inquisition.
I have heard stories about you, Herald of Andraste. I am Enchanter Elendra. I hope you find a way to end this foolish war.
I believe this is your phylactery. I found it on the body of a dead Templar named Matrin.
Ah. I suspected he died when he did not join me or send word. Maker curse the fools who started this war. And the fools who now fight it. Thank you. Matrin was important to me. Here, for your trouble.
It's good enough.
Farewell.
I have to have Vivian with me.
Thank you again.
Join.
It is better to know.
I suppose you're right.
Maker's breath. If I were back in the city, I could just steal some blankets.
I found some of the apostate supply stores. I can mark the locations for you.
I'll get out there myself with a few men and pick them up. This will keep a lot more refugees alive next time it snows. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back up this way because I think this is the way that I need to go to get to Redcliffe.
No, they don't.
It's just right.
Of course.
Did you hear the news?
True enough.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
And how much did you need?
Something like that.
Watch yourself. Bandits up ahead. Or something anyway. They're blocking the road.
You don't think they're bandits?
Bandits wait until people are vulnerable, then hit them fast so nobody escapes. These bastards show themselves too early. They care more about driving people away than taking loot. They're either stupid, or they're more than just bandits. And they're too well armed for stupid.
What can you tell me about the attackers on the road?
Several groups, some of them with bows. They've got better armor than most around here. It's too many for us. If you head out there, careful you don't get flanked. They don't take prisoners.
Thanks for the warning.
There, the bandits!
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
I doubt that's the last of them.
And Duran Atishan. I did not expect to see another Dalish blood here. My name is Miris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
I'd like to pick number 5. There we
Are
go.
you fighting the demons on your own?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more, and I have no means of closing the rifts. But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us where new rifts will appear. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby. Can you help me reach it?
It sounds worth investigating.
Thank you. It shouldn't be too much farther ahead. Thank you for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone. We'll need focused magical energy to get by. You, Flatear, can you manage it?
Manuvinen, Dalen.
Wow, that is the first time I've heard her call him Flat Ear. Oh, jeez.
What manner of flame is this?
I have heard of this, but never seen it before. It is called Veilfire. It is a form of sympathetic magic, a memory of flame that burns in this world where the veil is thin. I believe I sense one of the artifacts of my people.
The runes are interacting with the light from the torch.
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the veil. This area should be safer for travelers now.
There. If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil. Well, that should prove useful. And it seems the ancestors left something for me as well. Interesting. I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
Mahalani, Maglandeva, the Enasalim.
Aye. Perhaps you're right. Here, take it. Go with Mithal's blessing.
He's gonna look ridiculous forever.
Sarah and I were just talking about you. We need you to settle a question for us.
Sarah's involved. So this question will be offensive.
Yes, probably. Sorry. You make friends with spirits in the Fade. So, are there any that are more than just friends? If you know what I mean.
Oh, really?
Look, it's a natural thing to be curious about.
For a 12-year-old?
It's a simple yes or no question.
Nothing about the Fade or spirits is simple. Especially not that.
So you do have experience in these matters?
I did not say that.
Don't panic. It'll be our little secret.
Ass.
Now who's 12? This would work for a camp.
Just rumors.
You all right, sir?
Of course.
Maker be with us.
Oh, very well.
Did you hear the news?
Good day.
Maker
I've got the
be with
refugees bundled up nice and warm.
I wouldn't linger here.
I hate the banter bug.
Redcliffe?
I want a constant watch on that damned thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
of Hardin Hightown, almost every character is revealed as a spy or a traitor.
Wait, you read my book?
It was in you.
Make her have mercy. It's over.
Dang
Open
it,
the gates.
interrupt this. I am sad now. That was really awesome banter that just got interrupted. Can we talk now? Yes? No? Maybe? How about this? I'll just do this.
We've spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
The veil is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
My heart with shame.
John? Oh, it's back. Or little bumps. You gonna go put the stuff on? Let him auto level. What have you been putting your points into, Solus? Apparently you like electricity?
I hear most of the apostates are dead or hiding. We should be getting more refugees soon.
That windmill has weathered a great deal. I am impressed it remains standing.
Grandmother, I think we should go.
Go? In the middle of the war? Don't be a fool, girl. We did not flee Redcliffe when the dead walked into our village. We will not flee now.
What do you need?
This is gonna be one of the ones that I can't.
Thank you.
Mother, I had the dream again last night.
I remember the first time the dead walked these lands, when a blood mage poisoned our Lehman. The ashes of Andraste herself brought the Arl back from his enchanted slumber.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers. They say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor. The hero of Ferelden drove the demon away to save him. Maker be praised.
Could be better.
Ah, Senna, my darling. For the first time in all these years, I fear I will not be visiting your ashes. What world is this? That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
What if I took flowers to your wife's shrine for you?
I do not know what to say, except thank you. You are Dalish. My Senna and I, we kept to the old ways as we could. Though I know we are as children to you. Her shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the tablstones. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Walk in peace.
Everything on the surface smells so wet.
I talked to one of the rebel mages, and she said it sounded like the dream she had before the magic took her.
I don't want you talking to the rebels. We're normal folk.
You should talk to the Magister. You're the right place to it. In Tevinter, you would never take that away just because you're a mage. I'm sure I should be here. It's not your fault. Happen to anyone.
So each ocularum is made from the skull of a tranquil.
I had wondered what became of those poor souls when the circles collapsed. Now we know.
I figured they'd fled with the rebel mages. Poor bastards.
I had wondered what had become of them when the mages rebelled. What a tragic waste.
Are you Connor?
You've heard the story, I guess. I can't believe King Alistair thought Redcliffe was the right place to send the mages. I mean, he grew up here. Did he think they would just forget what I did to them?
You were behind the siege of Redcliffe 10 years ago.
That's me. The boy with Redcliffe's blood on his hands.
If I were you, I wouldn't have set foot in Redcliffe again unless I was dragged in chains.
I had nowhere else to go. When we closed the circles, every city shut its doors to us. There was nowhere else to go. I hate it. I can feel the blood on the stones, even if I can't see it.
Why isn't Al-Eamon in power anymore?
After the lands meet, he stayed in Denerim. I couldn't be his heir, not after what happened. So eventually he passed the title to Uncle Tegan.
How did you end up in the Mage Rebellion?
I was living in the Ferelden Tower when the circles dissolved. I voted against it, but at first it seemed all right. No one was summoning demons. They just wanted to oversee themselves. But then the Magister came, and it's wrong what they do in Tevinter. We are monsters. We need to be controlled. If it wasn't for me, every family in this village wouldn't be missing a son, a daughter, a spouse.
You're not in favor of the alliance with Tevinter?
Alliance? Is that what they're calling it? That Magister threw my uncle out into the street. He signed us into servitude. This is my home. Redcliffe, Ferelden. No matter what evils I've done, I would never have invited Dihna here.
I need to be going.
Please, talk some sense into the Grand Enchanter. Selling out to the Imperium won't win us any friends. We have to find a way to make peace.
Good day.
See? What did I tell you?
Thank you.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice? Your ram has gone missing?
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
I'll speak with you later.
If you find my ram, please send him home.
Look at the sky, and those stories about all that magic at the Conclave.
They're not stories, dear. Rabbit.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Is this some sort of test? We're here because you invited us in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
There is no mistake. While the Templars were leaving, you came to Val Royeaux and asked me here.
The Templars left Val Royeaux? Where did they go? That sounds... Why does that sound so strange? Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
What about the giant hole in the Vale that's spewing demons everywhere? You're just going to pretend it isn't there?
I am not forgetting the breach, but we can only fight one war at a time. The Templar threat was immediate. If we live, we can worry about the Torn Veil.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Left? An Arl would never voluntarily leave his seat.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern mages are a considerable expense. After they are...
Not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am. I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be. Felix.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Ooh, very mysterious.
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the Tranquil.
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
How long have the Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
Who are you?
Name's Talwyn. Lived my whole life there. Since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day. Quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the circle...
We're all rebels now. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
How did the
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, it was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
That's why.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I don't have to worry about you falling at my feet in worship, then. That has been tiresome.
I believe we must each attend to our own lives to find salvation.
Are you what?
Mages are children of the... They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you...
Given a choice between the circle and death, but the pendulum swings. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I don't see any other priests.
The Magister had the others escorted out. Until then, I tend to my flock.
What are your feelings on the mages?
The Imperium burned Andraste. Since then, we have yet in all those marches. Now I speak of him and the Magister's laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Make us speed you, my child.
I wonder. I'm gonna do this first and then come back so that they're not dead. Hey, there we go.
We should search the area.
Good day. The Inquisition. Thank the making. It's been an honor.
Wait, what? This guy.
How can I help you?
I'm sorry. I didn't get your name.
Hanley Dervain of the Cumberland Circle of Magi. I heard of your miraculous survival at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and I am so honored to meet you.
I thought this was the stronghold of the rebellion. Why do you want the circles back?
I never supported this rebellion. I'm a loyal Andrastian, and I deplore the chaos this war has wrought. The Templars rebelling, the murder of the Most Holy. I can scarce live with the guilt.
Then what are you doing in Redcliffe?
The circles voted. Rebellion won out. What was I to do? Launch a counter-rebellion on my own? I followed my first enchanter's lead, as I always have. She brought us here.
I take it you don't support the Tevinters.
Andraste's ashes, never. They don't even sing the right chant. And they sacrifice children, don't they? I don't know how the Grand Enchanter could think of accepting their offer. You can get us out of this bargain, can't you? Before we're all shipped off to the Imperium like cattle.
I haven't seen anyone from Tevinter in the village.
They're all at the castle, plotting, no doubt.
Thank you for your time.
It's been an honor.
Good day.
Thank you.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you? Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do? Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you the one who sent that note, then?
I am. Someone had to warn you after all. Look, you must know there's danger.
That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
If there was a way to turn back time, the Dalish would have used it long ago.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
I'd like more proof than magical time control go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
All this for me? And here I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
You think they're right? Alexius is setting a trap for us.
If so, his son and his protege turned against him to warn us. Dangerous schemes are being hatched here.
Let's go get Bull.
might interest you, sir.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Chargers! Stand down! Krim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away. I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have him check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards in City Watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Canari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Krem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tevinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Probably the one part of the game that freaks me out the most. They did such a good job of making such a choppy scene, and yet absolutely no effect on the coast. Right here on the beach. Loses all credibility right there.
What can I do for you?
Iron Bull said the Chargers were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
Can we talk about the Bull's Chargers?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Do the Chargers specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army.
Oh,
We're
I'm
better at
playing a
shock
Llewellyn
troops and
this time.
skirmishes. We've got archers for
blonde.
hitting enemy infantry, Dalish
So,
with
elf.
more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles
Can't tell with the
fortifications
awesome
and
hat,
traps,
though.
and Stitches keeps us all fighting.
Well, you can
They
barely
mostly
tell.
hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit something.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The Chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
We'll talk later.
Now that we've got better mounts, if you like, I can show you a few tricks to get them.
Oh, can you now?
Yeah, I don't use a lot of, like, if I use any mods for my game, I usually just use, like, if I'm going to use any appearance-related mods, they're usually just hair mods. I don't do a lot of like, you know, beautification or makeup or whatever mods and stuff like that. I just can't get the, one, I can't get the hang of it, and two, I do like to give them the whatever the in-game engine is going to give them. So, oh wow, I can't make anything for Varric right now, so I guess he's stuck wearing that. Poor thing. I feel bad putting Solus in the skimpy outfit, but like that's literally all I could. Okay, that's Varric. Where's Solus? There he is. That was like literally the best armor that was available at the time. So now he's back into something looking at least a little bit more presentable. And of course I got a bunch of stuff that he could wear now, but that's okay. Do I have anything better right now? No, because that's stuff that you can't wear because you're a dwarf. Dang it, Varric. No, he's not high enough level. Oh yeah, that's true. I do think that in 2, like while they did look really cool, they looked a little bit too bug-like for me. So, but I definitely do like keeping them, like every time I make an elf, if I have a chance to make them with really big ears, I totally do. The bigger the ears, the better. So yeah, I definitely do like the making them look more elfy and less human. It's like, no, they're not just thinner, shorter statured humans or whatever. They're supposed to be different. So I totally get that. All right. Oh, you can wear this. There you go. Any hats that you want to wear? Sure, because that's hilarious. Oh, now I put a shirt on him. Blasphemy. Still has his circus pants, though. Wow, no, I can't even do that. I can't even put her in this. This would be like, I'm pretty sure she'd come through the screen and kill me. And that loses the collar. It's fine. I don't think they've officially officially announced it though. Like, I know that it's been hinted at. I know that the writer for Fail Better is working on Dragon Age stuff, but that could be like anything. And like the devs have been really careful, like super duper careful, to the point where it's been annoying that to not confirm or deny any rumors about what they may or may not be doing. And it's so annoying because it's like, come on guys, if you're working on the next game, just tell us so that we can stop sobbing over the fact that we need more of this freaking stuff. The longer hair mods that do come out, I find that as long as they're not too clippy, they're not too bad. There's one that I did use for my previous Llewellyn that I really liked. It's because with my previous Llewellyn though, I was going through and I was literally like, I would change her hairstyle every single time there was like a major event. So like, for the most part, she had most of the game with one event, and then it grew a little bit longer, I think, after like Act 2, and then she cut it all off when, because it was a soulless romance, she cut it all off after getting dumped. And then in Trespasser, it was still short, but it was a different short. It was not the undercut. It was like, you know, it grown a little bit more. So I love the fact that they put the Black Emporium in here now, because that makes it so the progression of like, or at least the ability to change things up was kind of nice. I'm pretty sure Iron Bull does not want a magic amulet, but pretty sure he does. Yeah, I mean, at least he's working on something in the Dragon Age. And I mean, you know, if it's not the game, maybe it's books or something. I know that I'm actually having the hardest time getting, like, locally the Knight Errant, because it's the latest comic book series. I cannot, for the life of me, get any of my local comic book stores to carry any of this stuff. So I'm going to have to go out and get it on the internet or whatever, but just get it on Amazon or something. But I was getting so mad because I really wanted to just go ahead and, you know, support my local comic book shop so that they would actually keep carrying this crap. But no, of course not. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to make a weapon for Sarah because I forgot I don't have any bows. Oops. Ooh, can I actually make this? I can. It's gonna take everything I've got though. Yeah, I went to 4 different, like, I have a tri-state area that I could pull from, and I went to 4 different comic book shops, and I even tried to see if maybe, just maybe, one of my, like, the GameStops or whatever would possibly carry it, and they were like, nope, sorry. And I was just like, this is me, Sarah's long distance stabby. Oh man, that's gotta suck. Yeah, for the most part, I would totally just keep getting, whatchamacallit, like all of my video games at GameStop. But then this year, when I tried getting Andromeda, and they said, no, we're not gonna have that as a physical copy, a PC physical copy at GameStop anymore. I was like, well, I guess I'm just getting it online forever now. Sadness. I think he's got a quest or something.
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
It's right there. We could take a trip if you're that curious.
I'm gonna have to decline. At least
Yeah,
until I learn more about it.
I
I
like
have to
having the
admit,
physical
I thought you'd be...
Human.
Yes.
Do you object to my kind?
Of course not. Didn't mean to offend. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
It's been a whirlwind. It's hard to say where I fit.
I guess we'll have to figure that out. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
I know that trying to mod games gets really dicey a lot of times too, and especially if something breaks, which, oh my god, I hate when that happens. What is this? Does he still have a quest for me? What the heck?
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts.
Oh, he does, okay.
If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
Alright, that's good enough. I just want to get the quest.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Oh, okay, there we go. My Mars, okay. But yeah, like, so, like, I think the only thing is, like, I can mod my games. That's not a problem. The problem I start having is that if something breaks or if I leave it alone for a while and I don't actually, like, check the versions or whatever, so, like, they're out of date and I have to update, if it's been a couple months, I don't remember how the hell I modded the game, so I have to go back and research it all over again. It's just like, it's such a pain in the
A
ass.
scout in the hinterland saw the Herald of Andraste. Said she'd seen the rift and stopped the demon.
Why does this keep having it? Ah, it's probably because it's bugging.
So we have Tevinter activity in the hinterlands and a Templar's confidence.
Oh no, is that because of the online aspect of it?
Need something?
Like when it has to check?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the deep roads. We located an ancient Tig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface.
Oh,
and,
I know
well,
that I
everything's
had to
gone
get rid of
downhill from
AVG. I had to get rid of AVG and just use a different virus protection actually, because mine was doing the same thing.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. I've had a few alchemists studying it in Kirkwall, in shifts.
Why do you have red lyrium?
My brother kept a sliver when he sold it. I'm pretty sure he held on to it because it was already talking to him. That little shard drove him mad.
Yeah, I bet
I
that
had him
would've
taken
really
to a
frustrating.
sanitarium and eventually found the fragment in his house. We brought the shit to the surface, Bartrand and I.
Sorry,
I wanted
that
to find
sounds all,
out
like,
if there was a way to
cracky and
shut
stuff
it
like
up.
that. My
So far, it looks like the answer is no.
headphones need to charge.
If red lyrium is as dangerous as you say, why'd you keep it?
I've heard that shit singing to me. I know better than anyone how bad it is. In Orzammar, miners keep regular, non-crazy
Oh, thank
raw
you.
lyrium in
Mhm.
special lead-lined containers. Actually, it's a
Yeah,
huge secret how they're constructed.
I don't have a set
Keeps
schedule
surface
for
folk from
when I
horning
do
in on the lyrium
my
trade.
streaming and stuff like
I
that.
pulled a lot of
And it
strings
seems
and
that
got
like
a smith to build me 4 of them nested inside
Inquisition
each other.
Inquisition is
Nobody
not a
gets to
it's
study it up close for
it's
more
a
than an hour.
difficult
and
streaming
they have to wait a
game
week
only
between
because
shifts.
it's like there's a lot of like
I think that's
filler
enough
in
on red
between
lyrium.
if you at least want to get
Yeah,
good stuff.
not really my favorite subject.
I'm just in a Dragon Age mood at this point, but I do like to stream at night and everything like that, but I just don't have a set schedule, and a lot of the times, depending on what I feel like, it can change with my mood. I know that I've been able to do whatchamacallit, I need to start and go back to Pillars of Eternity so that my other half doesn't kill me. But I do like Stardew Valley, and I might actually do Fallout 4 again because I got into the mood. And I do sometimes Mass Effect Andromeda, but right now I'm just kind of like, I'm bummed. I'm so bummed because I love that game and it's not gonna have another installment, at least for not some time. Ba ba ba. But yeah, so it's always
Greetings.
funny. It's always funny with how long, or like you could be like, I do an hour of the hinterlands or whatever filler, and then it's like I come back to camp and I do an hour of just listening to people talk to me. Let's see what he wants to
I'd
say
be
about
interested in
elves.
hearing your opinions on elven culture.
I thought you would be more interested in sharing your opinions of elven culture. You are Dalish, are you not?
What's your problem with the Dalish? Allergic to Halla?
They are children acting out stories misheard and repeated wrongly 1,000 times.
Oh, but you know the truth, right?
While they pass on stories, mangling details, I walk the Fade. I have seen things they have not.
Irabellus, Haren. If the Dalish have done you a disservice, I would make that right. What course would you set for them that is better than what they know now?
You are right, of course. The fault is mine. for expecting what the Dalish could never truly accomplish. Here abalas, darling. If I can offer any understanding, you have but to ask.
I don't know yet, because I really like both of their romances for very different reasons. And I made, like, the two previous characters that I romanced, either one with, the last Lavellan that I had was a mage, and they had a very fun dynamic. And I don't want this Dalish, this Lavellan to fall into similar traps. But at the same time, I'm really attached to the warrior that I made for Cullen my first go around, and I don't know what to do. Because I read all of the lore stuff, so I've got the Dragon Age World of Theus volumes 1 and 2, and while I was going through volume 2, I found out that apparently the elven blood is recessive, and two humans that have elf blood in them could make an elf baby, which I think is awesome. So I made this Lavellan one of those, because why not? Yeah, Anders totally messed me up in Dragon Age 2, for sure. Dragon Age 2, I actually went after, like, it's really funny because both Origins and 2 messed me up something fierce, because in Origins, I played a city elf, Tabris, and romanced Alistair, and then because of how that whole thing plays out, because I'm like, the game is like telling me, you know, make him king, and I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I'll make him king, and then he dumps you, and I'm like, no, actually, in fact, your ass is staying in the Grey Wardens, and you're just gonna do your job, because that's how this is gonna work and happen, because screw that noise. And I absolutely love the City Elf origin. Oh my god, it's my favorite. So I did that, so it got me on that one. It was a gotcha on that one. Then there was the
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
obviously in Dragon Age 2.
Dalish strive to remember Hallam
Yeah,
Shiral.
sorry, you're an elf, bye.
But Hallam Shiral was merely a
But,
fumbling
like,
attempt
it
to
was
recreate
more-
a forgotten land.
In Dragon Age 2, I was like,
Golvanan was
I
the
knew
empire,
who.
and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of
I knew
magic
who
and beauty,
was
lost to time.
like romanceable and things like that. So I knew who to expect, like, and I really that, and I literally flirted with everybody. I just flirted left and right, up and down, and I was like, whoever goes after the character first, that's who I'm gonna get. And then like Anders is just like noms on your face, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going for Anders. I still had a little bit of an adjustment period with Anders, mostly because I played Awakening and I liked him in Awakening, and then he became very, very different, very a la Edward Cullen of Twilight, and I was like, this is weird, okay, but whatever, I'll just keep going with this. And then of course he does the thing and everything is horrible, but since I've replayed it, I typically go for Sebastian, because I really, really like Sebastian. I love rivaling him. It's so much fun just telling him, you've got a responsibility, do your freaking job. But I also like Fenris and Isabella. They're also some of my favorites. Yeah, always, every time I play these games, I always play a warrior first, because that's my favorite class in this.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish aerovels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine
This is gonna be
beings
such a
who lived
difficult
forever,
choice, because I love
for
both
whom
of
magic
them.
was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
Are all Dalish elves like my clan?
No. Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to send you to spy upon the Divine's meeting. As your clans have been separate for so long, they have all changed, adapting to the lands in which they live. Some are no more than bandits, others trade freely with humans, and some have disappeared entirely to the forests.
I do like, it's actually kind of funny, because usually warrior is my first class and go-to, and then mage is my second. And rarely have I actually finished a game with a rogue, although it does happen from time to time. But
what can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
But
the culture in
I
alien
always
ages
have
or
this
among the
tendency
slaves
to
of the
have
winter is like any of the
whoever I'm
impoverished and
romancing be the
powerless.
same
They cling to
class.
memories of a better past.
Like,
Practice a few rituals to
Sebastian and
distinguish
Isabella
themselves from
are the
humans.
only two outliers. And, okay, Fenris was too, because I had to romance him with a mage, because why not? Oh no, why would they hide them? I love the Valesline. Like, my favorite is actually June. I like June's the most, and that's the one that's on my first one. And then this time I think I went with Faladin. I think I went with Faladin for her.
Is elven magic different from the magic used by humans?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways.
I love June's. June's is
Dalish
awesome.
magic is more
Is it the
practical,
full face?
not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony.
You to cast your
It must have
spell,
been
buddy.
beautiful.
Yeah, I also, in the Mass Effect series, I absolutely love and adore all things Turian, and I love the fact that they all had their own, like, facial markings that were dependent upon colony, but sadly, the artists and writers, or just the devs, never went far enough with it. Like, they were like, we're gonna make a bunch of different weird Turian markings for everybody, and we're gonna say that it's based on their colonies, but we're never actually gonna codify it. I tried.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic.
Yeah, I don't know if
Publicly,
you can put
even
pictures
Devinter
in
disapproves of
YouTube
it.
channel- in
But
the
as I've
YouTube
said,
comments.
magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Blood magic is evil! Nah, I don't mind it. I don't
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in
LOL, I
Devinter,
hate the
magisters
Chantry.
compete with each other
So let's
instead of
hope you
keeping
not
their
realize
volatile
that.
friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
We'll have more talking in laterness. You know, when I can talk to you about other stuff. Should probably save, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I got so used to not being able to save very often in freaking, or at least not being able to quick save in freaking Andromeda that I forget to save now.
I heard the Templars have withdrawn.
Seems odd. I can see them breaking the Chantry's chain.
Yeah, no, that's
Not ready for a
cool.
fight.
What do you know of the Templars?
I especially like, you know, there's the
Blessed are the
whole
peacekeepers,
history that
the champions
Cullen
of the
has,
just.
obviously, too.
Blessed
So,
are the righteous, the lights in the
especially with
shadow.
mages.
In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's Prophet have to say about all of this?
Hey,
what's
you
his
made
game?
me the prophet.
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you are.
You probably don't even worship the Maker.
I don't.
Lucky.
I've been telling you
He
people.
asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands
Alright
it all.
then.
Our
Thanks so much
lives,
for coming
our
by.
deaths.
It was great
Justinia
chatting
gave
with
him
you too.
everything she had, and he let her die.
I was like geeking out about these games.
People are killed all the time.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
I'm not really the best person to talk to. Doesn't the Chantry have people for this?
So I should let a priest comfort me? No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
Ah yes, your moment of weakness now is going to lead to the murder of somebody else.
How about nails? Can Harry at least get me a few score nails by tomorrow?
Master Harry said
Have fun with your game.
He said I had a mind like a hammer.
Though you had granted them power over the very fade,
I have heard rumors of a way to reverse the light.
though they could do anything,
I have heard them as well.
they destroyed.
Would you wish to have your
created
self
nothing.
restored? I do not believe that would be wise. The number of demons present might leave me vulnerable to possession. I might also experience feelings of discomfort over events that occurred while I was in this state. I can survive in this fashion. Then I might not.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours.
Now we've got bees. Alright, let's, the cult.
All right.
Let's see what we have.
Let us begin.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of the Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
So, we've heard from Magister Alexius. I expected as much. And yet some of us want to sit and do nothing.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister
Has outplayed us.
The Magister's son, Felix, told me Alexius is in a cult that's obsessed with me. I doubt they'll graciously receive our apologies and go about their business.
They will remain a threat, and a powerful one, unless we act.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Where's the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunrim to petition the Crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army lays siege to his castle.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
While they're focused on Llewellyn, we break the Magister's defenses. It could work, but it's a huge risk.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along.
The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Mistress Llewellyn and no one else. You lot wait here.
Where I go, they go.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
Of course she trusts you, Alexius. I'm sure lots of people put their lives in your hands. You have one of those faces.
Yes, the Magisterium tells me that so often. Shall we begin our talks? The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Actually, I hoped you could tell me about these Venatoria I'm hearing so much about.
Now, where could you have heard that name?
I told her.
Felix, what have you done?
You wanted me here. Why?
Do you know what you are? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
If you know so much, enlighten me. Tell me what this mark on my hand is for.
It belongs to your betters. You wouldn't even begin to understand its purpose.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
That's who you serve? The one who killed the Divine? Is he a mage?
Soon, he will become a god. He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this woman's life.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
No!
Now, do I get the glitch or not? Oh, good, no glitch.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
Thanks. I don't have any actual abilities. Let's see. Can I actually learn anything right now? Can I? Nope. Can't learn I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna come over here. Yep. And gonna try and raise her up. There we go.
The warrior!
One down. Much better.
Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Did we go forward in time or back, and how far?
Those are excellent questions. We'll have to find out, won't we? Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
What was Alexius trying to do?
I believe his original plan was to remove you from time completely. If that happened, you would never have been at the Temple of Sacred Ashes or mangled his Elder One's plan. I think your surprise in the castle hall made him reckless. He tossed us into the rift before he was ready. I countered it. The magic went wild, and here we are. Make sense?
It just seems so insane.
I don't even want to think about what this will do to the fabric of the world. We didn't travel through time so much as punch a hole through it and toss it into the privy. But don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you.
There were others in the hall. Could they have been drawn through the rift?
I doubt it was large enough to bring the whole room through. Alexius wouldn't risk catching himself or Felix in it. They're probably still where and when we left them. In some sense, anyway.
Alexius mentioned an Elder One in the hall. Do you know who he was talking about?
Leader of the Venatori, I suspect. Some magister aspiring to godhood. It's the same old tune. Let's play with magic we don't understand. It will make us incredibly powerful. Evidently, it doesn't matter if you rip apart the fabric of time in the process.
Then let's go.
I'm right behind you.